Welcome back to Bay Sunday. If you're looking for some good books to read with the kids, author Mykah Montgomery is here this morning with some very good ideas. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kenny.
All right, so I know you've written 2 books.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your first book and what inspired you to write it.
Okay, so the inspiration for the book was my daughter, then 8, now 12. She's a 7th grader, and I did it as a journaling exercise. I wanted to document her fascination with tails. The book is called The Little Girl Who Wanted Tails. So I did it just so I could remind her that that was part of her life at some point, so we could laugh about it later in the future. But the book became much, much more. We talk about in the story about the types of tails that she liked, why she liked them, and then it goes into her getting her feelings hurt because people criticized her. And then she realizes that it is a gift that she was given to be creative and different, and that's okay. And so she becomes a child entrepreneur. So the book has had a very good impact on children that have read it, because they first of all love the tail concept, and then they decide to sell books.
Right.
You know, or sell shampoo like one of the kids.
So in this book, she ends up as an entrepreneur selling tails and books, or
tails, and her mom is selling books.
Got it. All right, makes sense. What about your other book? I know it's about reading. It's entitled Isaiah Wants to Read.
Isaiah Wants to Read. So that is a really cool book. The Little Girl Who Wanted Tails is about obviously a little girl. Isaiah is a little boy. So we wanted to make sure that we included everybody in the stories to be okay to be different series.
And this is just encouraging kids to read in this book?
Yeah, encouraging kids to read. So Isaiah Wants to Read came about, and I was talking to my bishop, Bob Jackson, Bishop of Axville Gospel Church, and he said, I love The Little Girl Who Wanted a Tail. I need you to write more books. And so along comes Isaiah Wants to Read.
Right.
Yeah, and so it just talks about how much fun it can be when kids find books that were really made for them.
Right. You know, children growing up, they have to read. In this day and age, we have the internet, TV, so many distractions, but it all comes down to reading as the first step in a good education. So I know you have a program that encourages readers. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. Readers are leaders, right? That's very important. It's that they read and they like to read. I do have a program called The Gift of Reading, and so we encourage churches and business and organizations and groups to purchase the books in bulk so that we can put books in hands. We don't leave it to the parents who may not think that is part of that investment isn't part of their lifestyle at the time, so then the kid might not get a book. But it puts a book in the kid's hands so that they have it. It's fun, it's exciting, and they have really great messages.
We don't have too much time, but I'm looking at the covers. So The Little Girl Who Wanted a Tail, this is an African-American girl on the cover. On the other book, Isaiah Wants to Read, African-American boy.
Yes.
Why'd you do that? Is there a certain purpose in doing that?
Oh, great question. Yeah. Yes, because we don't see many of us on books. And so I wanted to do something that was representative of my community, right? So that we can see, hey, we like to read too. We're different too. We like to do lots of fun things. So it was really to encourage them. But the books are universal. In the stories, there are pictures of children of all arrays of colors. So it is an inclusive book.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here, Mykah, and we're glad that you're inspiring so many kids out there to read.
Thank you.
As well. Mykah's books are available on her website, along with more information about her work. You could log on to mykahM.com/store. That's mykahM.com/store. We'll be back with more Space Sunday after this break.